Yeah, wonder why. Sippy and everyone else, and good morning. I hope you had a good night, good day, bonsoir, wherever you are. Look at my eyes. They're talking about my eyes at Mississippi Talker. Oh my God, Mississippi Talker. You're terrible. You're terrible, Muriel. Actually, I was watching The Vault XL. She's reading out all these sinners, absolute sinners. And one today, hello, San Banani, Mary Jane. Today I'm sinning. I was actually wearing all black, and then I felt so bad. I can't wear all black because South Africa is green, and everybody out there are wearing their rugby green and gold jerseys, and I'm going to wear black, and they are going to be playing the All Blacks. I look like a traitor. So I hope you're well. I just want to respond to a few things like Mississippi Talker and Megan. I haven't seen anything from Rose. I don't get any notifications. Mississippi Talker. Can I swear yet? I have to go into 5 minutes before I can start swearing, I think. Um, you know what? On Twitter, there are videos explaining why Ellen DeGeneres is so sick. Weekend Music, how you doing? Welcome. Thanks for joining so late, so early in the morning. I just lost my train of mind now. Weekend. I watched the previous, I think yesterday's Megan's live, which was trying to speak sense into me. And I appreciate that. And I enjoyed her dancing. The live today, I didn't enjoy the dancing, or last night. I watched it today. She's a sweetie pie. And I said to her, you want Rose and I? Hey Toshi, you want Rose and I to come up on panel, and you can be the adjudicator. You can be the curator. What is the moderator? It's the moderator. Hey, yeah, hey mods, how you doing? Um, but you know how that'll end up. We all know how everything will end up. But I want to get to Sippy. Sippy, how can you say in the first word, in the same sentence, without even a breath, that I'm not African, but you are, you because you've tested your, and you've 1% African. My mother was born in Central Africa. She's got a dark skin. For her whole life, she used to put a very white base on her face to hide her marked skin. She was marked, like Michael Jackson. Her arms still today are beautifully tanned. It's not from the sun. She was born darker. She's got hair like little, smaller than Goldilocks, tiny little hairs like peppercorn hairs. The Afrikaner, it's not Africano, the Afrikaner are descendants of British and Greek and Portuguese and Dutch and French. Okay? We've been here since the 1600s. And in between time and in the meantime, blacks and whites mixed. And Malay were brought here as slaves from Malaysians, and they're Muslim. And because all the Christian men were so bad, gambling, prostitutes, the Christian women took on Muslim men and became Muslims. This is hundreds of years ago. And these Muslims and dark people, the Hottentots and the Xhosas came later, they, stop it now. Stop it now. They started speaking a language because they couldn't understand Dutch. Now you must understand, in the Cape, when they landed there, the Dutch stayed in the one place, the French stayed in the other place, the Portuguese stayed in the other place, the Dutch were ruling, and then they were overtaken by the British, and there was war. 2 wars. Now today, those places were huge farms, producers of great wines. And South African wines were never accepted in Europe or the West because, and we called our own stuff because we made it better than cognac or better than Merlot or better than Burgundy. These are all places in France, and we weren't allowed to sell our wines to France because we had the same names. We were called the Huguenots. I say we. That's the major history, the 1800 settlers. And so it was the dark people that started speaking Afrikaans, and the dark Muslim people that started writing Afrikaans in Arabic language. This was a bastard language, but it is now 200 years old now, a serious language where you can actually study medicine, surgery, flying. You can do any exam in Afrikaans that you need to do. Engineering, they've got all the words that they need, and there's a lot of Latin words in Afrikaans today. But at first it was not a white language. It wasn't. It is only the government of today for the last 35 years that have encouraged more hatred and more racism in our country. So Sippy, you don't understand an Afrikaner. Like maybe I don't understand a cowboy. But I am an Afrikaner from Africa. Don't make up fucking stories. I'm not even going to fucking repeat what the bullshit you spew out of your fucking mouth. Shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, and stop speaking about me for 3 hours, which are only lies, telling everybody don't go to my channel. I don't care. Go to Mississippi Talker's channel. Do you want to hear her speaking about me all the time because she hates me, because she lost? She lost. She had to go with her tail between her legs because of all her lies, all her bullshit, all her evidence. Imagine all the people. Just imagine. She's never been out of Mississippi, and she wants to tell me. Listen, you ignorant fuck. You just stay down there. Okay? You just stay boring. Bullshit. Spewing bullshit. To your ignorant viewers. But speaking about me is not going to get any love from them to you. But you've got fuck all else to speak about. Except for your fake medical issues. Thanks for the thumbs up. Did I miss anyone? I'm wolfing down rice and vegetables. I can't stay long. I've got to go and make some toast grilled cheese for my mom, her husband, and the house cleaner. Thor, behave. No, they heard somebody speaking, and when somebody speaks to them, they want to know what's going on. My mother was speaking to the house cleaner. I just had some Mexi melts. Oh, it sounds divine. I got to go and make some grilled cheese, and I want to boil some eggs for it. Egg, mayo, and cheese toasties. It's like listening to a fake prophet, listening to her good gibberish. You know, I don't know everything. I really know very little, and I really grew up ignorant to a lot of things. And so when YouTube came along, it's like, now I can ask any question and get an answer to my question. But nowadays, sometimes you get the wrong answer. For instance, when I lost my monetization, then I thought, let me ask YouTube, and I took the first guy's answer as God's truth, and it wasn't. It was a lie. It was a setup. There are people out there that want you to fail even more, even if they don't even know you. They just make a video, and then you believe the video. I don't know if you remember, there was a stage with turmeric. You know the powder, the cooking spice? Turmeric. Brush your teeth with turmeric. They're going to come out all white. Did you try it? I tried it. My teeth went orange. You can't believe everything you see. Like, for instance, especially, and I'm not attacking Americans now, but if you live in America, it is Americanized, and they change the algorithm for you to see stuff that you can't verify your source that you saw. And I have to also say that I can't verify the source material either. Just because you have receipts, you never verified the source. I agree, MJD. You really are Lionel. Oh God, are we doing that again? I think you're a lot smarter than give yourself credit for. Yes, but I try to be humble, especially here. But then sometimes when I get so angry, then I start doing voodoo dances around the campsite and spreading spells. And I want to do that to Sippy. Now it's your turn, Sippy. It's your turn. You know when somebody's doing magic around you. I learned it. Their mouth is open, their eyes are closed. Do you know what they're thinking? What they're conjuring up inside their heads? Tosha says, I always say the only people to pull you down are always below you on the ladder. So just keep climbing. You know, that's what I had to learn as well. Forgiveness, because hurt people, and especially old hurt people want to hurt more people who are younger. They want to take them off their track. Maybe I will take drugs one day again, but I haven't yet. I'm not ready for that, but I'm not saying no. And believe me, you'll know when I've taken drugs. The worst is when you've got no teeth and they're all spiky and pricky, these chipped teeth. After taking, doesn't matter what drugs, I think, ecstasy, cocaine, meth, your tongue gets so huge. And when you speak, then you bite your tongue. Don't do drugs, kids. So you have to wait for your tongue go down, and then all the pain starts happening. Because I've got a very busy tongue. Do you know that most of your brain activity is your hands, major, your eyes, secondly, and your tongue, thirdly. That's what takes up most occupation in your mind. The rest of the body controls itself by itself because it has little many onboard computers. Don't do as I say. Don't do as I do. Just do as I say. I was raised by my dad. So, but here, this is adult entertainment. These are just allegations, and if you want to take offense, then please take offense. You can't hold this against me. It's my channel. I'm talking. I'm not a doctor, but if I were, I wouldn't tell you any of the answers. And that's why you get the answers from me right here, right now. Okay. I started a bit late. What can I say? I don't have a fat head, Sippy. It's not only about the views. I actually feel guilty for these ladies that are in chat now, Tashi, MJD, and Weekend. I do it for you ladies. And anybody that comes here. You can disagree with me. I can learn from you. Okay? I'm open to learn. Always. But not if you're fucking talking to rubbish. Absolute fucking trash. And that's what I told. And then I deleted the comment. I first because I didn't watch her live. She's not so much of white trash, poor PCT. But Sippy, you are absolute white sewer shit. That's what you are. And you're obsessed with me. Something worse than. But this is what you wanted out of your 3-hour live, and you got 150 views. And you say, I have a life. No, people who have 3-hour views don't have a life. People who have 40-hour views don't have a life. Listen to me. Oh. Something's not happening right down there. I sit here saying, come on, Lionel. You going live today? I know. And then MJD, she's given up on me. She knows I'll get upset when she says, are you going live yet? And even Rapper, he says, what's up? I just need to move something. One moment, please. I have big kahunas, and I just sat on the one, and you know, these are tight jeans, very tight. Welcome to the channel, glad you were here. Smash the like button, share, and hit subscribe to Lionel to grow. Join the Lionel train and keep the fiery content coming. Your support means everything. Amen. Anyway, I had a little bit more to say. Yeah, but mainly there's a lot of, you know, actual just bullshit and lies and deceiving videos on YouTube. But then there's also a lot of lies on the mainstream media and the radio and the news. And then there's also just something like you have to follow the rules of popular opinion, like COVID. It was a pandemic of fear. nothing else. And it all made us a little bit mad. I wanted to ask you, Wiccan, how's your sister? And the man, her husband, the father, the baby daddy, how's he doing? Are they doing okay? Is everything calmed down a little bit? I was thinking about that earlier. So, yeah. You know, then they ask Sippy in the comments, that Lionel said he lived in Dublin. Now, this is a pissing contest. This is a cock. Who's got the biggest cock between Sippy and me? I don't know. Are you a fucking man? Are you a fucking man, Sippy? Rose is just over the board. I don't know. I can show you the proof. I don't have the time to look for the paperwork. So she has to be she's 40% Irish and she's 1% black. Whatever, no, African. She's 1% African. So if you're born in South Africa, then you're not African. You saw the petrol attendants there when they served me. I'm African. They're African. We come from different parts of the world. The Africans also. They weren't here first. Not in the Cape. They were in Natal. The Zulus. And the Zulus killed all the other tribes or took them in. The Zulus were harsher than the Hebrews. No, well then who were you talking about that had to go back to Iran, I think, or Ukraine, because Trump deported them. ICE deported them. Is it your sister-in-law, maybe? That's broke up the family. Anyway. Your niece. Is things looking better for them? I wonder. Shame. Must be terrible. But children are much more resilient than anybody knows. They are. So she says she's 40% Irish. No, girlfriend, you're an American. True and true, as the Irish would say. True and true. 33 and a third. You're an American. It's like the New Yorker who's Italian and he says, yeah, he's from Sicily. No, you're from New York. It was hundreds of years ago. Get with it. You know, Sippy, you're as dumb as our government and they're all black. And you racist towards me, Sippy. She's doing okay, says Wiccan, I guess. She is strong. She went over to his country and is visiting him all this month. Oh, that's good news. That's good news. Maybe she stays there for a while. It's worse than war, eh? Like the Second World War when they split up the families down the middle of Berlin and families got broken up by the Russians. And they took Eastern Berlin. So she says, it's where you were born, not where your ancestors are from. But believe me, it's like 6 generations on my mother's side. Although my blood father, supposedly, if it's true, this is the story, that his parents were exiled from Germany in the Second World War. My mother's mother was an ambulance driver in the Second World War. Just because you live in your TV world and the HBOs doesn't mean you know everything. And it's the same as if you live on YouTube. It doesn't mean you know everything. You just find something as you like, and it's all just fluff at the end. You making your own decisions in life. Nobody can, you can't blame anyone else. But Sippy can blame. Wow. And she can't, then she was going to give her house to Jack. You know that's blackmail and bribery. She was going to leave her house and make him the executor. Darling, you don't understand what an executor is then. The executor doesn't get the house. The executor is the one that performs the whole procedure of the books and letting everybody know that you passed away. You don't get the inheritance of the house. But now Jack's not going to get the house anymore. What a cuck. What a bullshit story. It's all these fucking stories. You can't believe anything that comes out of the mouths. Pleasure weekend. You know, you call me out about a lot of things, weekend, but I knew it was going to be better for your niece. My great-granddad was a bomber pilot in World War II. Yeah, in Australia. Wow. Down South China Sea. Oh, dang. That is so cool, Tasha. It is. Actually, my mother married her last husband. Because he was also adopted from, I don't know how, but it wasn't his real father. But he raised him. He had his name. But he was a big guy, and when he retired, big company in the world actually, but he was the head of it here in South Africa. But he always had a scar across his face. Yeah, he was a Spitfire pilot in Egypt, and he landed, and he crashed the Spitfire into all the fuel tankers. So he got merrily discharged. They don't like pilots that fly into fuel tankers on their own base. That's like shooting the gun at your own team. Oh, so he was a pilot in England. Wow, a Spitfire pilot. It's true then. My grandparents on my mom's side were Brits. Nana from London, granddad from Essex. I've been to Essex. I've been to Dublin, Essex, London, Hamburg, Frankfurt, and Noord-Friesland. That's where stepfather's from. They had Friesland cattle, milk cows. I've been to African countries. I've been to Namibia, Southwest Africa, Swakopmund, and Windhoek, and I've been to Botswana. And I can speak Afrikaans. Ek kan Afrikaans praat. Hoe gaan dit met jou? Ek's goed vandag. Wat meer wil jy my hê om te sê? Maar die ding is, ek kan beter Afrikaans praat as my boetie en my sussie. Nee? My ma was gebore in Sentraal-Afrika, Tanzania. Sy was grootgemaak in Zimbabwe, in Zambia. Hulle moes van daarbo, my oupa het mines gesink vir copper mines, nee? Maar die Houthis, die swartes, die Houthis, het vir hulle gesê, ons gaan jou doodmaak, ons gaan jou skiet, ons gaan jou nou hang, nee? Toe kom hulle af in 'n Woolies Jeep met 'n corrugated iron op die dak, nee? Die familie, ma, pa en 3 kinders. Toe kom hulle hierso na Suid-Afrika toe, want dis waar die wit mense kon bly. Maar my ma was 12 jaar oud. Sy het gerefuse om Afrikaans te leer. Maar almal skool toe gegaan. My ma het nie skool toe gegaan nie, maar sy het baie goed gedoen in die werk. Sy was Group Credit Controller van Gillette Suid-Afrika. Sy het Engels gepraat. My stiefpa het groot geword in Hillbrow, Johannesburg. Hy het net Engels gepraat. Hy het na Engels skole toe gegaan. Hulle het ontmoet na my ma my pa geskei het. Ek kan nou Afrikaans praat want ek het altyd 'n Afrikaanse twang in my gehad het. Maar het ek Engelse skool toe gegaan. And that's why I speak English today. I'm an Afrikaner. She says I'm not an Afrikaner. I'm born and bred here in Randburg. I went to Rand Park Primary and Rand Park High School. I studied to become a bar manager in Dublin, Ireland. Yeah, and I've got papers to prove it. So, suck on it, Sippy. Now tell us again what you said. My mother was born in Central Africa, but they traveled around because they sunk shafts for copper mines. That's what her father did. He was Scottish Portuguese. He spoke Portuguese, he spoke Afrikaans, he could speak any, and then you speak a black language too. My mother spoke Swahili when she was raised by a Swahili princess. I'll show you the picture now. Then the Houthis came in and were going to kill all the whites and the Swahilis. So they got into a Woolies Jeep, that's what he had, put corrugated iron on the roof, and they drove down, 5 of them, mother and father and 3 children. No, it was 4 children. 4 children. My mother was the youngest. They came to South Africa, and she refused to speak English, and to speak Afrikaans. She refused to learn this language. She didn't go to school, but she did very well. She finished up top jobs, Sasol, Polyphon, Gillette South Africa. She was always the boss, manager. She studied afterwards. She got whatever she needed to get. My stepfather, who raised me, he was born in Hillbrow like I was born in Hillbrow. He wasn't born in Hillbrow. He was living in Hillbrow. I was born in Hillbrow. Johannesburg, South Africa, it's a pit. It's the pits of hell right now. I'll show you one day. So he was in the metropolitan, you speak English in the metropolitan areas, you speak Afrikaans in the farmlands. He grew up with English children, foreign places. You go to the Portuguese grocer, it's all foreigner white people who came later, like Boy, my mom's husband. He came 2 months before I was born. He got on a ship from Germany to come here because they needed skills. They needed skilled labor. He was an electrician. Forever since, people have been coming to this country, but believe me, my mother's forefathers came in a groot trek. My grandmother came up with an ox wagon, you know, like the pioneers. There was no my great-grandmother. There was no railway yet. Over 100 years ago. She had like 13 children. But I speak English today because those 2 people, my stepfather, my mother, came together and we went to English schools. The rest of the families all speak Afrikaans. I learned about Afrikaans because I lived in Pretoria, a capital where the only natural spoken. To go work, you need to speak Afrikaans. It's not like that anymore, 30 years later. But 30 years ago, you had to speak Afrikaans. And I learned it. Because in the Navy, 1 month, we spoke English, we did all the admin in English, and the next month, everything was done in Afrikaans, and you have to speak Afrikaans to everyone, because most of them are Afrikaans in the Cape. So that's my spiel. I'm an Afrikaner, but I got a better accent going to Europe. I don't speak like one today. But I can speak basic Afrikaans. Better than my brother, better than my sister, because I embraced my Afrikanerness. I enjoyed it. I don't find them dumb when the English made the Afrikaners look dumb, because the English won the war. And only because of the Second World War that the Commonwealth, they got rid of India, they got rid of South Africa, and we became a republic. We were 4 countries before. The colony of Natal, the Cape colony, Zuid-Afrikaanse Republiek, where I live here, Transvaal, the Orange Free State. 4 countries, and now we are 1 country. Yeah, he said it was made from multiple languages. I thought Hebrew and Jewish had that phlegm sound. Like I was saying, Afrikaans was first spoken by Muslim people. It's the Muslim that Dutch is much more phonetic. It's totally different. And German's more similar to Afrikaans, got more similarities than Dutch. If I go to Holland and try and speak Afrikaans to them, they will think, what is this language, this strange Dutch Holland type of language? We don't speak Dutch. But they would understand us. We wouldn't understand Dutch. You don't understand Dutch, just being Afrikaner. Anyway, kids, I must go now and prepare the grilled cheese. Love you lots, like jelly tots. Till next time, please like, share, subscribe. I know you love me. And comment as you see fit. Bye.